Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring you a quick update. Right now we're breaking down out of here. I told you I'd be here as soon as I could for you. So right now Bitcoin is down 10%. The rest of the market just following it, guys. And now the key thing for us is we're back testing this 200-day EMA, and we're going to have to see if we close up above this. So guys, we're going to get into Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, and even EOS. So we're going to get into all that today. We're going to go after it right now, guys. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The break's happening. And first of all, I just wanted to really look at price action and step back. So in white here, this is our 200-day EMA. You can see we're coming down to it right now. And what happened was we're basically breaking down out of our triangle right here. And what I want to put on next is our volume. Take a look at our volume. So we've broken down, but we're not on the most massive volume, guys. We've broken down on much harder volume than that. So what I'm looking to see is if over the next few days, if we actually can form some type of a bullish reversal candlestick pattern off here and see if we can come back up and bottom or test this bottom horizontal line that we have right here that we broke through, and that's going to be at 93.95. That was a key area for us to hold, guys, and we broke down through it. So a lot of times when you'll break down through these things, sometimes, guys, you'll break down and then you'll come back up, back test this, and then a lot of times you'll even fall farther. So I want you to be aware of that. If all of a sudden we start having some quick relief rally, guys, until we close back up inside this and start working in this triangle again or getting out of the top of it, right now the break has been to the downside, and we have to be aware of that, and we have to pay attention to that, okay? So that's very important for us. Next thing I want to point out is we have lost the 50. You can see that's now acting as overhead resistance. Our 12 EMA and our 26, they're all acting as overhead resistance now with this break to the downside, guys. So truly, in my opinion, one of the things that we can hope for, at least, and in this market you don't want to hope, a hope is that we find strong support off either the 200-day EMA or the 200 moving average, which is going to be important for us, because if we start breaking down below that, then it's going to act as overhead resistance for Bitcoin. Then we can start getting in a lot of trouble, guys, where we're bouncing off it and bouncing off it when we try to get up above it, because truly we've been up above it now since April 1st, 2019. So if someone says it's not important that we're breaking down below it, I would beg to disagree, because we've been up above it for all this time. We've been trading up above it. When, you know, institutional investors see that and they're in a breakdown through it, you know, that's something significant. So I just want you to be aware of that over the next few days. I want to point that out there for Bitcoin. So right now, guys, and that's something we talked about in the last video, that if Bitcoin broke down, most likely the whole market was gonna, or if Bitcoin broke up, the whole market was gonna, and that's exactly what's happening right now, guys. We're at 86.11 right now. We're just getting smashed. Wait till you see some of these altcoins. Next ones we're gonna go to, let's see here, guys. Let's go to Litecoin. Is at $56 right now. You can see the trend line in purple that we drew the other day and we were paying close attention to, and I said, hey guys, if we break down through here, be very careful. And that's the power of trend lines. And if you guys haven't seen the video I just did on trend lines, this is a perfect example of it. We broke down through here. It's on some decent volume, guys. We're just falling down right now, and we're gonna have to look and see where the next spot of, you know, support's going to be, maybe around this area, about $55, $56 where we're at now. We're going to look there, and then it's going to be down to around $48 is what we're going to look at for Litecoin right now, guys. But we broke down through that, you know, and that's the troublesome thing. Remember when we broke out of this trend line here, it didn't come on a lot of volume, and that's what was making us suspicious for this trend line break. And what happened was we came up and we saw a rejection right at this key overhead resistance range at $79.44. And the fact now, guys, that we have broken down, we've lost this 50, we've lost the 200-day, we've lost the 12 EMA and the 26. Now it's just going to be, where is the relief going to come in at? Is it going to be around this $57, $60 range? Are we going to find some support there and close up maybe higher today? Because today we are, right now it's 3:04 p.m. Eastern time. It's September 24th, 2019. So I want to put that out there. Still probably have, you know, 5 hours until the close, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So a lot could happen. We could get bought up pretty quick, like you see right now. Sometimes, guys, when you fall real hard, real fast, people will jump in, try to catch that. They'll ride it up, you know, a few dollars or whatnot, and then they'll get the heck out of there, and it can go even lower. So we just want to pay attention to that. We also want to pay attention to the support area there at $61.83 for Litecoin. Guys, next one we're going to go to is Ethereum. And with ETH, it's interesting because we have this trend line down here, guys, that we've been looking at. And what happened was we came and we actually got through the 200-day EMA, which was nice for Ethereum. We closed up above it. It looked like we were going to come up here and try to test that $235, and that wasn't the case. We just started to drop, obviously due to Bitcoin as well, because what we were looking at for a few days here, guys, this could have been just a really nice correction. Say Bitcoin broke up. We came up here, we're almost back testing this 50-day moving average or this old resistance that became support, and this would have been a nice spot to try to come up and set a higher high. But obviously Bitcoin broke to the downside, and you're seeing this big sell-off with higher volume for Ethereum. So now we're going to have to see if Ethereum can close up above this trend line right now. That's going to be key for Ethereum, guys, is take a look at that. And just to throw on some indicators here for you quick, I mean, everything's just getting smashed to the ground right now. Our RSI for the 1 day is at 35, so we're getting closer to the oversold territory. We have been getting bounces at around 29 to 30, so we're going to see if this does get bought up a little bit today and if we can defend this trend line. Because if we close up above it, then that could be okay, guys. We still could keep working, even though we did wick below it. It's going to be important to see where the close is today, but we basically just had an all-out dump in the salt here today. So next one we're going to look at is XRP. And it's all the way down at 22 cents now. Take a look at that, guys. Breaking down through support here at 24.7. Guys, still came on a decent volume. It wasn't a ton of volume like where we've seen back here or some of these drops, but it did come. And, you know, what was nice, what was happening with XRP, which I really did like, was the fact that we had this beautiful impulse move up. We got very close to even testing that 200-day EMA and the overhead resistance at 33, and then it looked like we were having a nice, healthy pullback or retracement. And then, guys, if Bitcoin broke up, I'm sure this would have broke up and out of here as well at that 33. But that's why I always plan for both sides of the market. Anything can happen in this space, guys. I mean, these whales, they're so powerful, anything can happen. And they definitely want to get rid of the retail traders or investors, just to tell you. I mean, that's what they like to do. They love to dump and pump this market hard so that they can get people to make, you know, irrational decisions. And that's what happens with that. So right now, guys, with XRP, we're going to see if we can get back, bought up to around that 24-cent range. That's going to be really crucial for us to get up to that range. In terms of support, we could start maybe looking down at around 18 cents, and then we'd look down around 16 cents, and then it would be about that 12 cents if we continue to get pushed to the downside, if we don't see some type of relief rally coming in here soon. And then last one we'll do is EOS. All right, guys, and with EOS, same deal. We broke out of here. We went up about 15%. We got up above our 50 moving average. Things were looking good here. And then what you always want to look at, just to show you this top, you see how we started to round a little bit, and we'll see in rejection right up top here. Sometimes that can be a sign that we may get a farther push to the downside. And obviously, guys, we started breaking to that downside, came on big volume. You know, a lot of people had their stop losses in and around 330. I know that was a spot. 366 was a spot. And then 315, people were looking for a bounce, and it just didn't come. And right now, we're basically at $2.75. So there's just... this market's rolling over right now, guys. I really don't know what else to say. We tried to break out of there. It didn't come on big volume, so that was basically a false breakout or just a little relief. And now the dump is getting smashed back down. We'll look at potential support around $2.20, and then it's also going to be around that $1.55 is going to be an area that I'm going to look at. But, you know, guys, main thing I can say, like I've talked to you about, I don't want to keep you too long here, but it's all about paying attention to these trend lines, paying attention to if they're on big volume. Take a look over here. We had a bear pennant. We came down. We broke out of that. It was on high volume. We ended up dropping. Let's see here. Ended up dropping almost 70%. Guys, that's why we have to learn this stuff, and that's why I'm here to try to help as many people as I can. And, you know, my downside plan is playing out right now exactly how I wanted it to. I had an upside plan as well, and it just didn't shake out. Look at EOS, down 24%. That's what can happen in this game, and it happens so fast. So that's just where you really want to be careful. You want to protect your money. You want to stay in the game. That's the main thing, guys, is staying in the game. Because if you blow, you know, your whole amount of money, say you're buying EOS and it's all the way up here at almost $8, and you're buying this, and now all of a sudden you're scared to death and you're selling it $2.76. You know, that's a massive loss depending on how much you put up there. So that's why you always have to protect yourself with stop losses and just put the odds in your favor. That's the best thing that I can tell you, is try to put the odds in your favor. And we're just going to have to see if this was some fake quick pump down, dump down before it pumps back up, or if this is the real deal and we're just really going to continue to head to the downside, guys. So, that's what I'm looking at. I appreciate you all being here with me today, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Try to make it as quick as I could. Also, I appreciate all the people who were leaving comments in yesterday's video. That really meant a lot to me. So, thank you, guys. God bless. Take care.